What is up, everybody? We're here today to talk through Backpack Battles, what it is, should you buy it, and what you can expect if you do so. So, the first thing you need to know about Backpack Battles is it is an inventory management auto battler, meaning you're essentially going to be buying items, you're going to be going up against opponents that are other player characters, but it all happens asynchronously, meaning you don't have to sit at your computer for the entire game. You can stop in the middle, just like I have here, so I have an active game that we're going to hop into shortly. First thing to note is there are different classes. So on the bottom, you can see here, there are 6 different classes to choose from. I do suggest, if you do pick up the game, sticking with one for a while first, but you will want to dive into all of them and experience what it's like to play different classes. Different classes have different builds, different synergies, different items, and work very differently. On the right is the loadout, so each character also has its own different bags that give you different abilities, do different things based on what's in the bag, and make the build possibilities infinite. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop into the game that we're playing and show you around a little bit. So this is what you can kind of expect in Backpack Battles, right? So we are building in this big space, so we have not only this space, but this whole box here, right? So I will show you what that looks like, right? This whole space. And we currently only have this many bags and this much space to buy items in, but there's opportunity to buy more bags and to fill up the space with items. Okay, on the bottom left, you're seeing the amount of gold I have, the class I am, my stamina usage, and my rank, and so on. All right, so some of this is relevant per round. Some of this is just general stats about me and my character. So each round, you're going to be faced with a shop. It's going to look something like this. You are going to be able to buy things. They have different skills, different abilities. Each one is complex in its own right. It has a different cooldown. It costs a different amount of stamina, which are all things you're going to have to learn how to balance. So it is a very, very deep game when you really get into it, especially at higher levels. There is a reroll, which is what I just did, right? I pulled down this thing to reroll the shop. There is a reserve feature, so I can go ahead and reserve that. If I want to reroll, it stays. And if I want to do the next battle, it will stay as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and power through this so you can see what a battle looks like. So it happens very quickly, right? All of our items are doing their different skills, different abilities. You can see my buffs down here. You can see the other players' buffs. And unfortunately, we did lose, but that is okay. We can go ahead and hide this. We can open the log and we can see exactly what went wrong, right? We can see what the damaging blow was, what the final blow was. We can see how they really used their skills to damage me, and we can really dive into what happened here. So really, really cool feature. If you're interested in the theory, if you're interested in really getting a lot better, you can always see and replay your battles. Okay. All right. Another really cool feature of this game is the feature of crafting. So you can craft within the game. So on your board here, let me see if I can find a good example. Yep. So this will work. So we're going to go ahead and put this here, right? So we are using that coal and that sword to build a torch, okay? When you see this yellow line, that means those two things are going to merge and they're going to build a new item. So if you open this up, I can see everything that a ranger can build based on the items that they're able to have, the items that they're able to get, and what those built items do. Okay, so this is the torch. This is what we're going to be building with that sword and that lump of coal. All right, so let's just go ahead and start the battle so you can see what that looks like. We'll go quick. All right, so I didn't spend my money. I didn't do my build fully, so we may lose this one. We likely will. But we did get into fatigue. So at a certain point of the battle, fatigue sets in. They don't want the battle to last forever. Obviously, that would not be great for the game. So there's something called fatigue, where each character takes the same amount of damage. Now, there are some skills, some items that allow you to take fatigue slower, start fatigue quicker in the round, things like that. And those are things you'll learn as you start to play the game. But as you can see here, we went ahead and we built that torch. So now we have this new item. And that's as easy as it is. That's how easy it is to craft in this game. All right. So we have a build going here. You'll learn a lot more about the synergies. There are different buffs. So there are spikes, there's burn, there is freeze, there is regen, tons of different stuff here. All of these items working together and really making a cool game. It also matters where you put the items, right? So these stars are going to give different abilities based on what's in those spaces on the board. And that will also really, really play into what you're doing when you're starting to build in this game. So yeah, that is Backpack Battles. Definitely check it out. Definitely pick it up. It is one of the more complex auto battlers. I also suggest playing it on the Steam Deck if that's something that you have, or other handheld PC. It works flawlessly. And it's great to just pick up, play for 1 round or 2, and you can always put it back down, or you can pick it up and play it for 10 hours straight. It's that kind of game. So definitely check it out. And the music is incredible. The sounds are great. Everything about this game is awesome. I do suggest picking it up. And let me know if you guys have any questions or comments in the chat below. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks.